Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. Selection sort. See, this is a sort where in every place I will choose the I will select the smallest element. Select an element and compare it with other. See why it's name having the selection sort, because here in every time I will select one smallest element and I will place it in its correct position. I will place it in its correct position. See this algorithm, this algorithm, this algorithm is called selection sort. This algorithm is called selection sort since since it since it repeatedly since it's repeatedly select the smallest element. It is always going to select the smallest element and it is going to place in its correct position. Okay, in its correct position. Let me take an example. See, I will give you the code and your algorithm. Everything I will give you. Okay, code also and algorithm also I will give you. So why it is having the name selection sort? Because this algorithm is repeatedly going to select the smallest element. Since it is always going to select this smallest element, it is going to select. See, from the word we are getting select. That's why its name is selection sort. And here we are selecting always the smallest element and I am going to place that smallest element in its correct position. So let me take one list. Let me take one list. So let us assume they have given you one array, given an array which is having 6, 8, 1, 4, 5, 3, 7, 2. So what your work is that from this list you have to find the smallest element. So the first smallest element is going to take the which place? The first place. The first place. Okay, the first place. So here you are not going to do always iterative swapping. Means this you are not going to do. So see, your first work is to find the minimum. See, let me make as a array. So index I am going to start 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7. So I will assume that minimum index is your 0. It's I'm saying index, minimum index. So at index, the value at index 0, I'm assuming that it may be the minimum value because we need to compare. See, we are human. By seeing the list, we can say that one is the smallest. But machine is not that much intelligent. I need to give a brain to machine. So minimum index, I'm assuming that is 0. Then I will compare. I will take some variable I and j plus 1 I will do. I will assume this is your j. I will assume this as j. I will start from here. Now what I will do, I will start from here. J is going to your now 1. Now I will compare that value at this at mean, whether which one is smaller, whether this mean is smaller or this one is smaller. Okay, are you getting that? So let me compare that. What I will do, I'm making a greater. Write here j, it will be more clear. If I write here j, then it will be more clear. Okay, see what I am doing here. I am writing, I am checking that this j index, I am checking that this the value at index I, is it smaller than the mean which I have considered? No, it is not greater, then I will increase j plus plus, then j value will go to 2. J value will go to 2. Now a of j is your 2. 2 is smaller than 6. Yes, 2 is smaller than 6. Then mean is going to your the j. Mean is going to your j. This is going to your j. So now mean is your j, that is your 2. Now again j will increment by 1, 3. So 3, is it smaller than 2 is smaller than 3? Sorry, let me erase that. 3 is smaller than it will be. So j, every time we are going to select the smallest element. Every time we are going to select the smallest element. A of j is your a of 3 is your 4. 4 is smaller than 2. Sorry, a of 2 is your 1. Is it small? No. So similarly it will go 4, then a of 4 5, 3 7 2. Nowhere it is smaller. Okay, so only this is, so after one iteration you will find the first smallest element that will be in the index, mean index. Now what you will do, you will swap this first the mean index with the first index. So you are going to swap, you're going to swap this j. See, I have not changed. So this you should make as I plus plus, make as I plus plus. Okay, you increment this I value. Now swap the value that is present in j. So how you should write, how you should write. So please let me know whether it is clear or not. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So swap the value like a of j with a of j with a of mean, a of mean. So after this the list will look like, so 1 will come here and 6 will go here. So here you are not going to always you are not going to do swap. After one iteration you are going to do swap. So after this your list will look like 1, then 8, 1, then 8, then 6, then 4 5, 4 5, 3 7 2. Now this Arpan is saying clear. This way it is. So in every time you are going to select the, so this you are using j was 0. Now you will increment j. This in this way j is going to increment. Now j will be 1. Now when j will be 1, now you will assume mean as this mean task. So this you have done. This you have done. Now you are not going to do here. Now you are not going to do here. So one element you have already sorted. Okay, one element you have already sorted. Now you increment j. See j is all now mean. You are assuming that mean index is, this is 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now you are assuming that the value that is in index 1 is the smallest. Now again you will iterate the loop. I you will assume as j plus 1 is your 2, and it will go till, and it will increment till j, sorry, it's I plus plus. So you have to check the condition also. So it should go till, it should go till I should go till n smaller than n till here, because it should be n minus 1. So here n is 8 and I is going to plus plus. Now here you are going to check that if a of j is smaller than a of mean. Okay, so a of j, this a of j is your, a of j is your 8. Is it smaller? So it's j plus 1. So it's your, j is your 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. J is your, I is your now 2. It should be 2. A of I, a of I, it should be a of I, should be a of I. Okay, a of I, which is having 6. 6, is it smaller than 8? No. Yeah, it is smaller. 6 is smaller then mean. Then we are going to change mean. Mean is going to your j. Then mean is going to your, sorry, it's I. I'm using the index here. I always I am getting confused between I and j. So mean is going to here I, like this. So now I was your having 2. Now mean you got here. Mean you got here. Mean you got here. So what is now is your 2. Okay. Now I will increment 2 plus 1, that is your 3. So 4 is smaller than 6. Yes, it's smaller. So again mean will be I. So I is your 3. Now mean will be I. Now it will again get increment 4. So it's having 5. 5 is smaller than a of 3 is your 4. No. So it will not go inside this if loop. Then I will again increment I. I will be then 5. Now a of 5 is 3. 3 is smaller than 4. Yes. Now again mean will change to 5. Now I will increment to 6. See here I am not doing the swapping. First I am finding the index of the mean element. Index of the mean element. Now it went to 6. Now 6 element is here 7. So 7 is smaller than, they will check whether 7 is smaller than a of 5 is your 3. No. So it will not go inside this loop. Then again So then it will be 7. Now a of 7 is your 2. 2 is smaller than 3. Yes, it is smaller. So mean will be then I. I is going to your 7. So you find, so after this iteration, in second iteration, you find the second smallest element. So now you will swap in the index j. See, I am not changing the value of j. So after this iteration, you will write, after this iteration, you will write. So this will be the code like this. After this iteration, you will write. After this iteration, so after this iteration, outside this for loop, outside this will be the some for loop. Outside this is going to be the case. Now, if when this will get finished, after that you are going to do swap a of j with a of mean. Okay, so the value that you are getting in mean, you are going to swap with a of j. Understood? So after that, you are going to swap this 2 with 8. So you are going to get, after this iteration, you are going to get 1, 2, then 1, 2, then 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, then 3, 7, 3, 7, 8, then 3, 7, 8, like this. So till this, after 2 iteration, you got 2 element in sorted. See. So here always we are selecting the smallest one. Okay, and I'm going to point, means I'm going to place in its correct position. Now j will increment to 2. See, j, here j was 1, here j was 0, then 1, then it will be 2, and similarly it will go. Now I will be j plus 1, it will be, and I will be smaller than n, then I plus plus. So for loop will run here for. Okay, is it clear to all of you? Hope it is clear now. So after this iteration, you will again find the smallest. So what is the smallest here? 3. So 3 you will place here. Is it clear, or is it required to take again the iteration? If you will tell me, I will take the iteration. Otherwise, I will write the output. Please let me know. Now 3 will get placed into its correct position. Is it required? So you will again check a of I. Is it smaller than a of mean? If like this, please let me know. If you will say me, I will take the iteration. So mean is going to here, then I. Okay. Then after that, when this will get executed, then I will do a of j and then a of b. So now take another one. So you can, now I will be your 3. I will be your 3. Okay. Now a of 3 is your, so mean is going to, you will assume first mean is your j, that is your 2 only. Okay. So now a of 3 is your this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take this iteration, then we will write the algorithm and the code. Okay, let's take this iteration. I have already taken. Okay, so this is going to the final iteration that I'm going to show. So now your j is your 2, mean is your 2. Okay, now I is your 3, I is your 3, I is your 3. So a of 3, that is 4. 4 is smaller than a of mean 6. Yes, 4 is smaller than a of mean that you have considered, means the minimum that you have considered, not the mean, not the mean. So the index of mean is going to I, that is your 3. So again j will increment to, sorry, this I will increment to 4. Now a of 4 is your 5. 5 is smaller than a of 3 is your 4. No. So it will not go inside that. Then it will be I is your 5. So is your 3. Is your 3. 3 is smaller than a of 3. A of 3 is your 4. Yes, it is smaller. Yes, it is smaller. So mean value will change is I. So I is your 5. So it's going to your 5. So it's going to your 5. Now it I will increment to 6. 6. 6 is your 7. 7 is smaller than 3. No. I again increment 7. So A of 7 is your 8. 8 is smaller than 3. No. So after the iteration, you find that mean value is in index 5. Index 5. Now swap A of j. A of j is your 2. This. You swap this 2. Swap this 2. So 3 will be here. So after this iteration, it will look like 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, then 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, then 7, 8. See, there is one thing we are noticing here, that after this iteration, after this third iteration, we got the list in a sorted. We get the list in a sorted, but then also See, this is not smart. Here I am not using any flag. That will let us know that, sir, after third iteration, you got the sorted list. Again, also, again, after that, also, it will iterate, it will assume I equal to, sorry, j equal to, now j will be, see, here it was 2, then j will be 3, then again I will be j plus 1, I will be j plus 1. So now again it will do the iteration again for third time, fourth time here, then fifth here, then sixth here, then seventh here, then eighth. So what it is going to do, it is going to swap a of j, that a of 4 with a of 4 only, because you are always assuming mean as equal to j, you are always assuming mean as equal to j. So that j, its index 0 1 2 3, it's going to this. Okay, so always see, you got after third iteration only, you got that the list in a now in sorted order, but then also it will go. So it will again go the iteration, and after that it will get 1 2 3 4. Now after that, like this, 5 6 7 8 9. So it was having the 8. Okay, so this is selection sort. Now we will see the, now we will see the, so there is having some advantage and disadvantage also. Okay, so right now, right about selection sort. So I have first give you the overview. What is selection sort? How it's working. Now write the notes. So selection sort. So selection sort is an in place. Now I have told you, it's an in place sort. In place sort. Now what is in place sorting algorithm? Now tell me. I have taught you. What is in place sorting algorithm? The algorithm which will take either big of 1 or big of log n as constant time, then it is going to be your in place sort. Here it is going to take only constant memory. You are required for mean and j and I, only constant, and always the iteration. So it is going to your in place sort. It is going to your in place sort because it's require constant memory here. Okay. So selection sort, selection sort work. So this is point 1. Now point 2, selection sort work well for small file. For a small file it is going to work well. It is used to, it is used to, it is used for, it is used for sorting the files. It is used for sorting the files with with very large value, means which is having a very large value. Okay, like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, like this, very large value, and a small key, and a small. Okay, but key will be small. Okay, but key will be small. Okay, this is because, this is because this is because selection is made. So this is because selection is made based on keys, and swaps are made, and swaps are made only when required. Only when required. See, here we are not doing always the swap. We are doing the swap only when required. So this is because selection is made based on key, and swaps are made only when required. So advantage and disadvantage we will see later. Advantage and disadvantage we will see later. Now we will see the algorithm. Now we will see the algorithm. So algorithm first is find the minimum, find the minimum value, find the minimum value. So first we have to find the minimum value in the list, in the list. Second is your swap it with, swap it with the value, swap it with the value in the current position. So with the current position we are using, we are going to swap with that in the current position. Now third, repeat this process, repeat this process for the for all the element for all the elements for all the elements until until the entire until the entire array is sorted. Until the entire array is sorted, we have to repeat that. Okay. So in iteration, we have to iterate after that also. Now implementation we will see. Now implementation. So void selection sort selection. It will have the array and the size and the size. So for j equal to 0 till it will go j till n minus 1. This is the current position. For the current position it is showing. Okay, this is the current position. Then j plus plus. Now I will always assume mean is equal to that j. I am assuming initially that j value is the minimum index of that value. Then for I is going to I will start I from j plus 1 and it will go till I will go till n. I will go till n. We have seen that code. I have shown you in the beginning only. I will go till L and I will increment to plus plus and it will check if if a of j is smaller than a of mean, then mean is going to your means this is not the actually mean is this, so mean is going to your j. Okay, so this loop is starting and this closed. If you will not give here parenthesis also, then also it will be fine. See, if you will not give here parenthesis, then also it's a correct code. Will not give parenthesis, because if you are not giving a parenthesis in a for loop, so parenthesis, why we are using parenthesis, we use to represent a compound statement, okay, compound statement. If you will not give a parenthesis, it will assume the next statement as its body. Next statement, that this is the next statement, it will be considered as its body. So if you don't want to give the parenthesis, you can leave it as it is. Okay, so you're not, because what is a compound statement? Compound statement is a having multiple statement. Okay, multiple statement. Here you are having only single statement. This statement and this statement body is this. If this is true, then it will go there. Okay. So ये सब C का part है. When I will teach C, then also I will taught you all this thing. Okay. जब C पढ़ाऊंगा तो भी C तो मैं बहुत डेप्थ में पढ़ाऊंगा जब पढ़ाऊंगा तो, क्योंकि C is going to be the one language which is going to be used in gate, in your college, in your placement. C is never going to leave you. Every engineers nowadays learning C, whether it is a mechanical engineer, civil engineer, everyone, because it's very important. It's the basic. Okay, so one should know C first, then it should go to any other language. Okay, so after that we will do the swap a of I, a of j with a of me. So this is the close of this loop. Now this is the close of this loop. Okay, sorry, this function. Now we will analyze it. Now always it is going to run this loop till n minus 1 and this is going to be run till n time. So always it is going to take time complexity as big O of n square. So time complexity is going to be big of here, it is going to run till n times. Here also it is going to run till n times. So n into n square. So analysis. So worst case, average case, best case is always going to same, which is going to a big O of n square, which is going to a big O of n square, going to a big O of n square. Worst case, average case, because always irrespective of input means it is not adaptability here. Thanks, thanks Arpan. So here it this code, this selection sort is not having adaptability. So irrespective of input, it's always giving the same. So worst case, average case, and best case is always going to your best case is always going to your big O of n square. Because always whatever input you will give, it will not see whether it is a pre-sortedness or not. It is always going to take the same time complexity. So based on pre-sortedness also, the time complexity will not change. So it is going to be approx n times. It is also going to take approx n times. So overall time complexity is going to be big of n square. Now what is going to be the space complexity? Now you people please comment. Space complexity क्या? What is going to be the space complexity? Please let me know. What is going to be the space complexity? This is the iterative function. Okay, this code is iterative. Yeah, constant, because for this constant only. So this I should also declare int I. I should also declare int I. Okay, int I and j. I should. It is required to give me int I and j. Okay, because here we are using I and j, two variables, and minimum also we are using. That also I should declare, and minimum also. So for these four variable only we require some constant. That is, if it is a 4 bit, if you take 4 bit, then 12. If it is take 2 bit, then it will be 6. So space complexity is going to your space complexity is going to your big of. So advantage is it is easy to implement. Advantage is easy to implement, easy to implement. In place sort, because space complexity is big of 1. In place sort, in place sort, then it is even stable sorting. Okay, it is, so it will maintain the relative position, it will maintain the relative position, because always you are taking the minimum and you are going to be in the correct position, so it is even maintaining the relative position. So it is a stable sorting algorithm, it is a stable sorting, it is a stable sorting algorithm, is a stable sorting algorithm. Okay, now disadvantage is there. Now what is the disadvantage? Time complexity. Disadvantage is the time complexity, which is taking P of n square. P of n square. The time complexity is the disadvantage. That is the time complexity. It's very much. Big of n square is very much. If you will take, if you whenever you want to compare, you compare n equal to 2 or 102. It will be so big number than n square. Okay. So n square is going to be the disadvantage. Time complexity is the disadvantage. So the name why we call it a selection sort, because every time we are repeatedly selecting the smallest element. That's why we call it as a selection sort. So this is the advantage and this is the disadvantage that we have seen. It is not having adaptability. No adaptability is there. We have seen that it's a comparison based algorithm because we are comparing with element every time. Okay, here comparison we are doing. Is it done to all of you? Anyone having any doubt in the selection sort? सब कुछ बताया है selection sort. I have covered everything in detail also. I have analyzed with I have taken the input also. Hope it is clear to all of you.